Thanks for staying tuned. You are listening to Hollywood Hempress Hour. Today I have a guest that I'm very excited to bring out to the show. Actually, a lot of people are having questions about how Washington and Colorado are going to mandate their recreational marijuana use and how the state laws might change concerning a lot of different with law enforcement. And today we have an expert witness. He is Sergeant Detective Harry Palmer Jr., retired, and I want to invite him and welcome him to the show. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Terry. It's my pleasure to be here today.
Well, we're so happy to have you here. One of the things that a lot of people are really concerned about the marijuana laws, or have a question about, is what is the difference between a DUI and a DUII?
Well, actually, Terry, as an expert in this area, I will tell you that is not one of the questions that they are asking the most of. But I will answer your question, and that is the letter I is added to the second one above the first. Now, the main question that I receive is, why am I wearing an obvious fake mustache and sunglasses while I'm indoors during the day? And that's because I do a lot of undercover work with marijuana criminals and interrogations and this sort of thing. But go ahead with your question, and I'll see if I can answer it the best I can. But let me tell you, you need to state facts only with me, because I have a fact checker.
There is a legitimate question. This is a question that people have. They're confused. They're actually, I think that there's probably a little bit more than just DUII, like it's just an extra I.
I apologize for being flippant. I have a tendency to act out that way when I feel that I'm being attacked by a liberal left wing.
Stay on the focus of the question.
I'm trying to. If you would not attack me, let me answer the question.
Between a DUI and a DUII, can you let our listening audience in the Hollywood Hempress Hour, or somebody from another country who might be listening to the show, wants to know what? First of all,
I was not told this will be broadcast overseas. Is this
okay? Well, why don't we just move on to that's okay. We'll just move on to another question. I've plenty for you. One is and again, you are a detective, and
Sergeant Detective.
This is the Sergeant Detective.
So rank which I've earned through many years of service.
So, one thing that I would like to ask you is from your expert opinion, you must be familiar with the LAPD, correct? I'm not LAPD, but the law of enforcement. Let me start over. God, can we take that back?
I thought this show was live, actually. I didn't realize we were.
Okay.
There will be editing, because I do not agree to be edited, because then you can take my words and use them against me. You'll notice I will not use the letter that is after Y, because if you have that, you have every consonant, vowel, sound. You'll be able to formulate me saying anything that you wish to.
Okay, let me just get the question out to you, because I am the host, but you've actually got me kind of ruffled for some reason.
A lot of marijuana people are ruffled by me because of my appearance, and I apologize, but it is part of the interrogation.
Your appearance is just fine, Dr. Detective
Sergeant Detective.
Sergeant Detective Palmer.
Harry Palmer Jr., retired.
Harry Palmer. Your appearance.
Can someone write this down?
No, your appearance is just fine.
Thank you very much.
Your appearance is not the issue. What the issue is I'm wanting to ask, what, in your expert opinion, knowing the police force, Washington and Colorado, what is the overall? Are they relieved by the marijuana laws? Is it just a pain in the ass to pull people from marijuana or be concerned about it, or raid dispensaries or whatever, or are they are they going to crack down and become harder on us because we passed marijuana? Is it woohoo, legalize it? Are you guys going to smoke it yourself too as well? What does that do to you?
If I could answer one of the 20 questions that you just posed, first off, the law enforcement agents do not go woohoo. Especially when it comes to taking laws off the books. Because you can imagine, may I please answer the question, Ms. Joyce?
That was a metaphor.
May I please? Now, if there were no laws, could you imagine what would happen to the police officers' pension fund and their families? There would be no police officers if there were no laws. So, of course, the police do not want these laws taken off the book. We want more laws put on the book, because that puts food on our table to feed our children. And I have children in both the states of Washington and Colorado, and I can tell you this right now, I do not want either of those children in either of those states, who I do pay full child support to, so don't even bring that up again, because I've been badgered about that on other shows, and I was late just a couple times, and there was extenuating circumstances on a long-term interrogation, but I do not want my children, none of them, any of them exposed to marijuana because I've seen what it does to people. It makes them go woo-woo on a television show that is meant to be more of a mature adult thing, which is what I was told was going to be happening here. And I apologize if I'm being flippant, but I just have to speak my honest truth in my disguise.
Okay, so I really, that's not really like the issue, Detective Palmer, Junior,
Sergeant Detective.
Sergeant, retired.
Harry Palmer,
yeah,
Jr.
okay.
retired.
You know, I'm really, that wasn't really a question, but the question was like, you know, the opinion of your peers, not your personal opinion.
Okay, I'm
which,
sorry.
You know, like
I misunderstood.
you know, I was looking for someone to actually, like, you know, give me an overall view.
Let me try again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize. I thought that you just wanted my opinion
that's okay.
on this.
But we do appreciate the fact that you're like so honest with how you really feel about marijuana and where some of our police force is actually feeling about it, whether it be, you know, personal or not personal.
May I interject with something that may surprise you, Terry?
What is that?
I smoked marijuana before the show.
You did?
Yes, I did. I wanted to find out what the effects would be if I came onto a television show under the influence of the marijuana, and since we are filming here in the state of Washington, it is legal, and I have no problem with that. I had to find out what would happen.
I don't want to surprise you, but we're really not in the state of Washington.
Wait a minute, what?
Yeah, we're not in Washington.
Oh
hey,
my God.
he's going to get busted. Isn't that classic?
No, I will not be busted because I will be turning myself in.
We're going to call I'm going to get like, hey,
Please.
Trooper Declo, let's call right now.
Please do. I should be punished because of what I've done. It's illegal,
and you should, and I'll spank you too.
I should pay the price.
I will spank you.
Well, now,
you should be punished.
I was told that you would be coming on to me sexually. They warned me ahead of time. They said something about you and men with mustaches. They said perhaps you'd like to remove your costume. I thought they were trying to trick me.
That's men with real mustaches, not fake ones.
I still have my lower mustache, if you know what I mean, Miss
Joyce. Doesn't have to like disguise himself because he's embarrassed to like be associated with marijuana at all.
You don't like role play then, I guess. Fine. You don't want any costumes? We'll do it.
You know what?
Bareback if you want to. I'll show you no costumes.
All right. Thank you for watching, listening to. I want to thank our guest, Sergeant Detective.
That does not sound sincere.
No,
you're not really thanking me.
I want to thank this man.
You brought me here to make fun of me.
I am, and stay tuned. We'll be right back.
I feel as though I've been flim-flam. Can we get a car down here? Hello, it's the Weather Channel. I don't know how to get a